Good morning, everybody. Hope you are doing well. Today, we are talking about websites and some of the new technology and AI that's going on is really affecting how your website appears when Google crawlers hit it. So, I've got a ton of notes that I want to go over today and want to make sure you understand. But basically, the topic today is how Google is now flagging websites that have search boxes based on site quality. So, what this basically means is that if your website has an internal search bar, it may be actually hurting your SEO. So, John Mueller and Martin Splitt from Google, who are some of their gurus, they warned website owners that unprotected search box pages can cause you to end up being demoted on your website, or even worse, indicating that your website's been hacked. So, let's start with this. What is search box spam? When a visitor comes to your website and uses your search bar, your content management system inside of your website automatically generates a dynamic results page. So if you're a real estate agent, for example, dynamic result pages that are indexed would be property listings. So if you've got a listing at 123 Main Street that's at yourwebsite.com/123 Main Street, that is an indexed crawl through and a search result inside of your own website. That's what we're talking about that can get hacked. And real estate websites are incredibly vulnerable because of this. So it's important that your website and your website designer understands how this works. What basically happens is that spammers exploit these websites and use automated bots to query thousands of spam keywords. They can be adult terms. Obviously, the porn industry loves to break into websites and send things off. Phone numbers, spam phone numbers, where you get those automated bot calls. Anything that's auto generated, like unregulated pharmaceuticals, things like that. All of these are the types of things that tend to break into our websites. And what happens is if they're able to end up in one of the searches on your website, Google then picks it up when it crawls it and identifies your website as flagged for either inaccurate information or worse, even hacking. And if your website's been hacked, you're getting ready to do a nosedive on Google search engine optimization. This is all about being found in search, you guys. And in today's AI world, with artificial intelligence optimization reaching the Google summary, the AI summary on the Google search page, the generative engine optimization based on what is found when people search for you on OpenAI's ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, etc. It can be a massive effect on your system. So you need to understand what your website's doing. So what do you do to fight this? What do you do to defend this or defend your website against this type of hack? First thing is update your robots.txt file. And this is a best practice from Google. And what it basically does is it disallows search engines from doing internal crawling of results pages. Now, some of you may think, well, Brian, I want my listings to be able to be found and listed on the Google search page. Well, let's be realistic. Unless you're spending tens of thousands of dollars a month, when somebody types in the address of your listing, the first thing that's going to show up is Zillow, Realtor.com, and Homes.com, and maybe a YouTube video if you actually use YouTube for your video marketing and you put it in as the address. The odds of the listing showing up on from your website on the front page of Google, very limited. Very limited. So what we do to combat that is we just disallow the crawling features on there, and that way you're safe. Use your website to market to your sphere of influence and your database. You're going to have to spend a ton of money if you're marketing it to the public, or you're going to spend money on pay-per-click searches from Google that are a little bit more expensive. It just doesn't have the effectiveness of working within your own sphere of influence. So the second thing is you can do what's called a no index tab. This ensures that your CMS template inside of your website for internal search pages includes some coding and a directive. If you don't know how to do this, Ask your website provider. They absolutely know how to do this. So the whole key here is that your internal web searching on your website at your URL could actually be causing you damage on search engine optimization and the search process. So it's very important that we understand this. We talk about this in a lot of my classes. I'm going to drop the link in the description for both this article and for my speaking schedule coming up. So I invite you to join. And if you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button, or better yet, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.